Alright guys, so we're going to start building the inside of our sketchbook. You need those 5 pieces of drawing paper. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This again should have came in your kit. So once you put them nice and tight together, you want to very carefully start to bend and have the edges meet. And a lot of times what I like to do, I keep it at this loop. I come straight across and I pinch. I do the same thing at the top. Pinch. Come down here, pinch, and I grabbed something. I'm looking around. I have a pencil. I'm just going to push hard and give this a nice crease. All right, now it's time that we need to figure out where to put the holes on the center crease. So we just got done folding our paper. I pulled it out, and then I have this nice crease down the middle of every one. If you have a ruler, this is going to be extra easy. If you don't have a ruler, don't worry, because I have another plan that you can do. So for those who have a ruler, you want to line up the very top line of your ruler to the edge of your paper. And this paper is 9 inches long, and we're going to go roughly 2 inches in on each side. So I'm going to find the 2, make a spot. 9 minus 2 is 7. Make a little dot. And that's how I would measure if I have a ruler. So I'm going to make this a little darker so you guys can see it. All right, but some of you might be wondering, what if I don't have a ruler? So I have another piece of paper now to show you guys what to do if you don't have a ruler. You just need a dot on the same different distance from this side of the paper same thing from this. So what you want to do is get a scrap piece of paper or anything that you can write on, and you want to line it up to the edge of your sketchbook. And I'm just going to make a line that's roughly 2 inches in. But whatever line that is, I'm going to put a dot here, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to just turn it upside down, put the edge of the paper on the bottom, very similar to what I did to the top. And at the same line, I'm going to make a line. So now I have exactly the same distance from the top as I do from the bottom. So you can do it the ruler way, or you can just do it the makeshift way. Now that you have the 2 dots on the inside sheet of your paper, I'm going to just move this over, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. So with the same line that I created, I'm going to use the same dots, and I'm going to measure on each piece of paper on the inside. You can use your ruler, or you can go ahead and use your makeshift ruler, but you want to do this to every page. All right, so now it's time to put holes in the paper. You need to find something sharp and pointy. It could be the edge of the point of a push pin. These are actually going to be really good. It could be the point of a pencil, the point of a pen, anything that's pointy that can make a small hole in something. So I'm going to use this push pin. Again, anything that you have, just go ahead and use. You just want to be careful with the pencil. Your goal is to only get the point of the pencil through the paper and not the entire pencil. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do this one time so you guys can see what I'm doing, and then I'm going to go ahead and do it to all of them. I just put this right through, and then I have a hole. You can tell with the tip of the pencil, I can just go ahead and push this. And that goes all the way through, and it's perfect. All right, so now we're going to start putting the book together, the pages of the book, along with the cover that you have already pre-painted. All right, so you're going to take the cover that you've already pre-painted, and I'm going to very carefully fold it right in half with the color side out. Again, this should be dry when you're working on it. If it's not dry, you got to dry it more. Remember, this cover is an abstract cover, and it can look however you want it to look, and you can also draw on top of it afterwards. So I was thinking that this watercolor would just be a background for another drawing that would go on, or a collage that would go on. So this is kind of a work in progress. Once you have your cover, you're going to line up the pages so there's a little bit of space on both sides, and you're going to take your pencil and you're going to very carefully go through all the pages and just put a dot. Because that's going to tell us it's going to get the exact same space of the the exact same space between the holes on both the cover and the pages. Now we're going to line everything up. And just like we did for the pages, you're going to need to make a hole. So using your pencil, using a point, using whatever thing you have around to make a point. And my push pin makes a really small one, so I'm going to use my pencil and I'm going to make a little bit bigger of a dot. Just a tiny bit. Okay. All right, so now what we're going to do, we're going to use this piece of string. And I'm going to start tying this book together. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come from the outside. And you need a pencil or you need something to get through the holes. So I have my piece of string and the hole that I've already pre-created. And I'm just going to stuff the string inside. And I'm going to do the same thing to the same side of the pages. So you're using the pencil to push. You don't want the hole too big. You want to push the string through the pages. So now we're coming on this side. So now I'm going to do the same thing to the outside. I'm going to take this. I'm going to push it right in the hole. Careful that you don't draw all over your papers when you guys do this. And that just comes right over. And then once again, I'm going to make sure to push it through this hole. And remember guys, these are all the pages that I'm working on. So I'm pushing it through all at once. And the only reason why I'm doing the cover separate is just because it's bigger. Down. And sometimes the yarn gets stuck, so don't worry, just try again. If it's not working, pull it out and let's try again. So what I'm going to do, since it was getting stuck right there, I'm going to actually push it a little higher up. See if I have better luck. Yeah. Okay. All right, now when I have all the holes in the sketchbook, now I need to attach the piece of string. So if going from the outside, I'm going to use a pencil and just poke the string through. And you can see it's going on the other side. And I'm going to use the same string and I'm going to poke it through the first pages. And just poke it all the way through, all 5 pages at once. So now this is connecting the book cover to the pages of the book. Now I'm going to use the other side of the string and I'm going to do the exact same thing to the top. I'm going to poke it through. I'm catching it with my other hand from the bottom. And now I'm going to poke it through all the pages. Very carefully, I'm going to flip this over, kind of pull it tight. You can see that I have a nice band on the outside of my book. And for those of you who have a long piece of string, you can loop this as many times as you like. Some of us are only going to have one small piece of string, so I'm just going to do one tie. So I'm going to pull this tight, do a basic knot. For those of you who forget, I cross, I wrap around, I cross, I wrap around, go through the loop, and then I pull tight. Okay, so that's how you're going to do a knot. So I'm going to do that a little quicker now. I cross. And I'm just going to go again. Okay, and now all your book, you can tie that and you can cut off the string, but now you have a nice book.